Ah, there you are.
This is Elvis, the ultimate fan channel, the global Elvis community fan channel.
I've been looking for you everywhere. Where have you been? Thank you for coming back to me. Welcome to Elvis, the ultimate fan channel. I have returned from my little, sojourn? I don't know how you say it. A holiday, a vacation. Sojourn? No, that's not the word I'm thinking of. Maybe somebody can tell me in the chat what I'm trying to say. Good to see everybody in the chat. I do see you. I will say hello to everybody. Chris R is in the building. She's a moderator. She will be helping me out with the quiz and for anything else. We need an Italian holiday photo. Oh, yes. I never thought of showing you any photographs. Yes. Sorgino, Steve. Ciao. Yes. Chris is in the building. Dave is in the building. They will both be helping me on the quiz that's coming up in a few minutes, and also removing anything that shouldn't be in the chat. And while we're speaking of the chat, actually, if you want to say hello in the chat and tell us where you're watching, we would be very interested to see where you're watching from, especially if you're new to this Elvis channel. What was I going to say? What have we got on this Elvis channel? Well, we've got a topic, opening Graceland upstairs. We'll be talking about that. I'll be looking for your phone calls to give me your opinion on what you think. There will be a poll as well for you to vote on. Dylan's Elvis Tales. Looking forward to that one. Hi, Dylan. And I hope you got a chance to catch Dylan's show yesterday. If you didn't, you can always watch it on playback. We've also got underrated Elvis song. We've got a song I wish Elvis had recorded, and caption this photo. It was a funny one this week, wasn't it? A smoking hot photo, of course.
Oh, he's so hot.
Calm yourself, dear. But he is. It's a hot one. It's from the 60s, I'll tell you that much. And my allergies are at me these last couple of days, so the throat, the nose, the eyes, just not great. But it has actually turned quite a lot cooler over here the last 24 hours in Ireland. It was lovely in Rome, beautiful weather, T-shirt, and I saw some people wearing shorts, but of course you can't wear shorts into some of the things like the Vatican and the Pantheon and things like that. They don't allow it, so a lot of people were still wearing jeans. So yeah, had a great time, but I did miss you all. I really did, and I couldn't wait to get back on live. I did leave you with a video last week, and that is sort of carried over to this week's video and the topic and the poll and so forth, because there were so many opinions and comments on opening Graceland upstairs that I thought I would make that this week's topic. I hope the show goes okay, because with me not coming back until Wednesday, I haven't had as much time as normal to prepare the show. Yes, I do prepare the show. It might not show, but I do preparations. So I'm hoping that the topic is good enough for you, and all the other things like the underrated song and a song I wish Elvis had recorded and all of that. So like I say, if you're new, don't forget to say hi in the chat and tell us where you're watching from. So what else have we got to do? Before we go any further, of course, we always like to kick off with this.
Hidden Elvis. Clue number 1.
Yes, Hidden Elvis. 4 clues throughout the show, and it could be a record, or it could be something that Elvis wears. It could be a movie, television. You know what I'm saying? A record. It could be anything to do with Elvis's life and career. What was the one, the show before I went away was Marty Pasetta was the Hidden Elvis. So here we go. Clue number 1 is July 19th, 1977. Now, obviously, you might even get it from that, but don't answer yet. I'll tell you near the end of the show when you can put your answer up on the chat. So, that's the hidden Elvis, clue number 1. And I hope you didn't miss me too much. I did miss you. I did miss doing the show last Sunday. I felt like when I was going around and doing my roamy things last Sunday, I did feel like I was missing something and I should have been doing a show. Maybe I should have done it from my hotel room. I don't know. That would have been an idea, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, so fan of the month quiz is... name this Elvis song, movie song. I almost forgot what it was then. Oh yeah, we used one of the 4 pens that Tracy sent me the week before I went away, and it was this one. It was the one that had the Elvis 1968 special on. So we're down to 3 now, and we've got, I suppose it's like a 1950s Elvis, a still from Jailhouse Rock, and oh yeah, His Hand in Mine cover shot as well. So which one will I use? Will I use His Hand in Mine, 1950s Pink, or 1957 Jailhouse Rock? Let's see. Jailhouse for sure, says Dylan. Helen says, missed you loads, Steve. Thank you, Helen. Glad you're back. Oh, I'm glad to be back. Somebody else says Pink. Somebody else says Pink. Pink is the forerunner so far. His Hand in Mine, Jailhouse. Oh, Jailhouse Rock. Oh, Jailhouse Rock looks like it could be the winner. Let's have a look. I like it, Juan. His Pen in Mine. His Pen in Mine, Jailhouse. It looks like it's going to be Jailhouse. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll use the Jailhouse Rock one. This one. Okay. Great. Better make sure it works. It does. Right, so yeah, I'm going to show you a screenshot of an Elvis movie, and you've got to tell me what Elvis is singing at the particular time I've freezed the frame. And this is the first one. There you are. What is Elvis singing there? Dave and Chris are going to help me out. Okay. The worst fake drumming I've ever seen. A lot of people saying, I'll be back. Now, believe it or not, just put that up a little bit. It was actually Juan that got it, because it is Adam and Evil. So well done, Juan. And I'm going to give you this.
I was driving a truck, and I was studying to be an electrician. I got wired the wrong way. That's what happened.
I'd actually forgot what the quiz jingle was till I played it. Is your pen got green, Steve? No, don't think it has. Okay, now the Adam and Evil. So the next one is, again, it's going to be tricky because it could be a number of songs, but it's this one. What is Elvis singing there? Process of elimination. And Helen says, well done, Juan. Oh, that was quick. Vincenzo says GI Blues. Richie Boy 66 says shopping around, doing the best I can. A lot of people saying shopping around. And believe it or not, it is shopping around, which means that it is Dylan, because Dylan actually said shopping around first. Okay. Well done, Dylan. Tracy Heenan was the winner of last month's February's Fan of the Month quiz. So I've got to tell you who was the winner of March's last month, in other words. And I'll do that next week when I've counted them up. So well done, Dylan.
I was driving a truck, and I was studying to be an electrician. I got wired the wrong way. That's what happened.
Okay, now this next one, number 3, it's got a little bit of a clue in the background. There you are. What's he singing there? Pamela Chessman says, can anyone answer my question, please? I didn't actually see your question, actually, Pamela. It might be difficult at the moment with the quiz going on, but if you want to give us the question after the quiz finishes. Chris says, Dylan again, so fast. Yes, and it is. It's Treat Me Nice. Never seen it in colour, though. Yeah, they did do a colour version of Jailhouse Rock, but it's one of those ones where I think if it's shot in black and white, it should be left in black and white. Like the Lauren Hardy movies, they colorized all the Lauren Hardy movies, but I still watch them in black and white because, yeah, that's the way they were supposed to be viewed, I believe, anyway. Well done, Dylan.
I was driving a truck, and I was studying to be an electrician. I got wired the wrong way. That's what happened.
Okay. He looks more brooding in black and white. Yeah, it suits the whole sort of pathos of the movie, black and white, I believe. Same with King Creole. King Creole was done in colour as well, but I always watch it in black and white. Right. So that's Treat Me Nice. And we're on to number 4 now. It's 1 to Juan and 2 to Dylan. And we've got this one. Right. Have I made this one a little bit more trickier for you? Okay. Well, no, because a lot of people have actually typed the right answer already. Hello, Paul. I see Paul Gansky is in the room. Hi, Paul. Hi, Don. Good to see you. Purple Green. Hi, Purple Green. Doreen Beanie. Nice to see you all in taking part. And it is, Dylan says, didn't know that one. Ha! Everybody, I've caught Dylan out. You better mark that on the calendar. Right. Okay, so anyway, it was John Rowley was the first person to put relax. And Elvis is the lucky man kissing Yvonne Craig. Wow.
I was driving a truck, and I was studying to be an electrician. I got wired the wrong way. That's what happened.
I didn't have time this week to change the jingle, but I will change it next week. As I say, I didn't actually get back until Wednesday. So I've been trying to cram it all in between now, today and Wednesday, trying to do as much as I could for the show. Now, number 5. Again, I think this one will be fairly easy to find. Vincenzo says, Yvonne Craig was so beautiful, Steve. I loved her as Batgirl. She was beautiful. And I remember when I spoke to Cynthia, who was in Kissing Cousins, and she was a big friend of Yvonne, and she said that Yvonne was just a lovely, lovely person. Sadly no longer with us. Yeah. Okay, now, where are we now? Yes, this one. Number 5. What is Elvis singing here? Right. Quite a hard one to type. It's quite a long name, isn't it? Margarita. Yes. And Vincenzo was very, very fast off the mark there. And Vincenzo got it right first. Congratulations, Vincenzo.
I was driving a truck, and I was studying to be an electrician. I got wired the wrong way. That's what happened.
Nice split so far, as I say. 2 to Dylan, Juan, John Rowley, and Vincenzo. Well done. And Jill Brett says, is that are those fire symbols? I think they are, yeah. He does look hot, if that's what you mean. Had to think for a second. There's a lot of songs he does in that shirt. That's right. It is, yeah. That's right at the very, very beginning of the song when she looks a little sad and he goes over and he starts clicking his fingers and then she starts clicking the castanets. So, yeah, there you go. Right, the final one, and again, it could be a tricky one because it's a close-up, is this one. Don says Fun in Acapulco. Great soundtrack, actually, Fun in Acapulco, apart from, of course, there's no room to rumba in a sports car. I think that was a bit of a filler. Hot dog. Somebody's saying hot dog. Got a lot of living to do. Okay. Did Brian Roberts get it again? Well done, Brian, because a lot of people are saying got a lot of living to do. They didn't have that background, I don't think, for got a lot of living to do. Believe it or not, it's party, and Brian Roberts got it right. So I did trip quite a few people up there because I did see a lot of got a lot of living to do's there. So well done, Brian. Brian was in so fast as well. Yeah, Brian, you really, really know your Elvis movies if you got it in really that quick. And as I say, a lot of people were saying got a lot of living to do and things like that. So well done. And the final time for this jingle goes to Brian.
I was driving a truck, and I was studying to be an electrician. I got wired the wrong way. That's what happened.
Now, thank you. I can discard that one now, Jailhouse Rock. And we've got 2 pens left next week. So it'll be very, very easy to choose one or the other. We'll be down to the pink one, or the his hand in mine, or his pen in mine, as Juan said. Okay, so that'll be the one I'll be asking you to choose next week, just for a bit of fun. Now, while I was away, I thought I can either just go away and not do anything and not say anything to anybody, or I can leave you with I can re-upload a video that I did a few years ago or a few months ago. I can't remember how old the video was actually, of the topic of opening upstairs in Graceland and how it will be done. And a lot of people commented on the video that I uploaded for last Sunday just to fill the gap. A lot of people commented, and I just thought I would share some of the comments with you that struck me, and then maybe I'll open up the phones and you can call in and give me your opinion. Now, where is that thing I want? There it is. Okay, so you can call in. You can call in on Discord. If you're not a member of our Discord channel, you can find the link below. You click on that, you get an invite, and then you'll be able to click the call in button and you can speak to me. Or you can call in on the telephone number on the screen, or you can use Messenger or WhatsApp if you follow me on Messenger or WhatsApp. I'm going to have a little drink. Just to oil the works. As I say, I do have a little bit of problem with allergies this week. Just one of those things. So opening Graceland upstairs, and these were some of the comments left on that video that I posted last week. Somebody says, I'm not gonna give names of the people that have posted. I would rather just keep them anonymous, but you can check them out if you do go and watch the Okay, I've got something very strange happening to my screen. Just bear with me a second. Right, that's cleared. Yeah, you can go in and see the comments if you watch the video as well. It's still up. It was posted last Sunday night. And the person says, "This is sad. I hope they never open his bedroom. Should never be accessed to the public. Elvis and Lisa Marie never wanted that. People walking through there would simply wreck it. Make a video or, like someone said, a replica. Elvis and Lisa Marie have been violated enough. Elvis even more so by his inner circle. So-called best friends and women who claim to have loved him the most. Pictures of the upstairs are out there on the internet that should never have been taken. I understand while Elvis was out of town." And somebody else says, "The stairs can't handle a huge number of people going up and down." And somebody answered that, and this was the answer. "They could plan something with a small number of people as the last experience, Presley, for a day. Individuals willing to pay a lot of money for something exclusive. I really hope I don't witness all this because I would find it really disrespectful. But to be honest, I don't trust the new heirs as I trusted Lisa for protecting what was important to Elvis." So that person has a little bit of distrust by the sounds of the people who are now running the show at Graceland. I don't know whether other people watching are the same. Then there's, "If anyone wishes to see the upstairs and his bedroom as it was, check out the opening scene of the 1981 film This Is Elvis." Good point. "Never ever open the upstairs. Elvis needs to have something that is and will remain private to him, even in death. We owe him that at least. It shouldn't be open to public upstairs. The photos are there, and maybe one day it might be a virtual reality tour or something. I'm so pleased that I'm so pleased that 3/4 of the people said no to going upstairs at Graceland." Well, we'll find out in a minute because there's going to be a poll. "It should never be open to public. We have photos of the upstairs. There's no need to go up there." And somebody says, "Why not? He's been gone for a long time. His daughter and grandson have been gone too. Have both gone too, I beg your pardon." So, I think I could only find one comment saying, "Why not? Yes, let's open it up." So you can call in now and get in the queue if you wish, or as I say, you can call me on the phone. But before we do that, we're going to do a poll as well, aren't we? Because I like to do a poll that sort of runs alongside the topic some weeks. And here we go. It's this. Open the upstairs at Graceland, ? 4 options. Yes, no, yes but not the bathroom, or compromise, shoot a HD video. So, there we have it. There is your options. Yes, categorically, if you think categorically they should, then yes is the top one. No, categorically no. Yes, but not the bathroom. Okay, for obvious reasons. Or do you feel that there could be a compromise where they could shoot a HD video? Do you think that time is coming? So there we are. Moving on, another one of these.
Hidden Elvis. Clue number 2.
Right, to go with clue number 1, of course. Clue number 2 is 3135. There you go. 3135. Great. Now, I haven't spoken to this young man for a while, and I've got to try and get my software sorted out here. And what I normally forget to do is put myself in the call.
It's time once again for Dylan's Elvis Tale.
We heard you going then at the end.
Yep.
Because I opened your microphone a little bit early, and I heard you go.
God, that's a great jingle. And I made it myself.
Yes, you did. You did. Hello, young man. Long time no speak.
Hello.
Well, of course, we've been speaking on the messenger. I left a few comments on your great show yesterday. By the way, I'll say it again. If you didn't have a chance to watch Dylan's live show yesterday, go to his channel. What's the name of your channel, young man?
Dylan's World.
Dylan's World. And watch a replay of it. We all enjoyed. It was the 50s, 60s, and 70s, wasn't it?
Yep, it was called Elvis Through the Years.
Elvis Through the Years, yes.
And I'm very, very sore today.
Oh, because of all the dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I've not moved that much since. Not moved that much in a long time.
I was worried for you at one point, and I was worried for the jacket as well. The gold lame jacket that you had on at one point. I thought it was going to,
Fly off.
fly off. Yeah. And the guy who was with you, just remind me of his name.
The guy that was with me.
Yeah. The guy that you went over to, when you were doing your changes.
Oh, that was my mum. That was.
Yeah. What was his name?
Oh no, that was my mother.
Huh?
That's my mother.
No. The fella that was singing the other songs.
Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah. Derek DeFries.
Derek DeFries, yeah, because you needed time to go off and change your costume for obviously from 50s to 60s and 60s to 70s. So Derek filled in and did a couple of numbers as well. Very, very good.
And actually, it was very cool because the 60s linked, if you kind of think about it, because he did Bossa Nova Baby.
Yes.
And then I went straight into Spinning Like a Bugger.
That's right. Yeah.
So it all links together.
But you didn't do Spin Out. I was hoping you'd sing Spin Out, but you didn't do Spin Out. So maybe you'll do it for me next. Maybe you'll do it for me next time.
I will. I'll do it for you next time.
Right. So Dylan's Elvis Tale. Are you going to launch into it?
Yes.
Okay.
So there is a jumpsuit out there called the Reuben jumpsuit. Now, we know Graceland have the cape. And we know they've got the cape because it was in the arches.
Right.
Now, it's a black cape with like red and gold studs. And if I've remembered, I would hope that it's being shown.
Yeah, I'm actually showing that cape now.
Yeah. And as you can see, it's got red studs and gold studs and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know where the suit is, unfortunately, but the cape has survived. Now, this is my thing. We are almost convinced Elvis did wear it. And we think he wore it in the August-September 71 engagement. And we know this because if we look at the database supplied by elvisconcerts.com,
which I'm actually showing on the screen now.
Yep, you can see a bunch of missing dates. Now, how do we know it's probably this? Because January, February is all the dates. The November tour is all the dates. And the Tahoe engagement has got pretty much all the dates, plus footage. And not one piece of footage shows the suit. So therefore, if he did wear it, he most likely wore it in August, September. Now, we don't know the date for it yet, but if the date comes out, I will let you know.
Now, we've got a load of blank dates from August the 13th, 1971, which is right near the top of this shot I'm showing now, all the way down to, what is it, the 20th? No, it's not the 20th. I think it's the 19th, is it?
Yeah.
Or maybe even the 21st as well. There's nothing in the 21st either. There's blank for the 21st. So there's quite a few shows there where he could have worn this jumpsuit.
Yeah, and so hopefully people enjoy that and people want to dig about it because I think it's fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if ever photographs turn up for those August dates with him wearing it, it'll be something pretty special, won't it? I'm showing the photograph again and I'm showing the cape. So if the cape exists, the suit has to exist, and I'm sure somebody somewhere has got photographs of it.
Well, here's what I know about the suit. RCA, what they had a habit of was, do you remember those Camden records that they released in like the 70s?
Yeah, they were budget ones, weren't they?
Yeah, well, what they would do is they would cut pieces of the clothes up as gifts to the fans.
Yeah, yes.
For some bizarre reason. And we think that the Reuben suit is in one of those albums.
Oh no.
Don't know. Yeah, so it's in literal pieces as we speak. So we don't know which album it's in. We don't know who's got it, but yeah, it's in pieces. But the cape, thank the Lord, is in full good condition.
Yeah, they also did the swatches of Elvis's clothing as well on the second box set of, what was it? There was what was it?
The Golden Entertainer.
Yeah, no, it was like the Golden Records, and then there was the Golden Records, the other sides, and I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they did swatches in the other sides. I believe.
So it could be. So one person could have it. In fact, one person here could have it.
Yeah, they could have a swatch of that Reuben shirt. But the thing is we'd love to see photographs of him wearing the Reuben shirt as well, the Reuben jumpsuit as well.
I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Because from the sketch, it looks like a very beautiful suit.
It does. It does. I agree. What do you think of opening the upstairs at Graceland? Did you vote on the poll?
Yeah, I voted for the compromise.
Did you shoot a HD video and then they can show it?
I think that would be the best way.
Yeah, I mean they can show it at Graceland, and they could also maybe market it online as well, maybe, or sell it as a DVD.
Yeah, because I agree with the comments about groups not being allowed there and the bathroom being closed. Like that's just common sense.
Yeah.
But I think if they could do something where they show certain bits of upstairs, like, I don't know, like a wardrobe or something, like that could be cool. And also have maybe either Angie Marchese or Riley narrate it and say, hey, like this is where such and such a thing is. I think that'd be a good thing, personally.
Do you still think they should shoot the bathroom if they shoot a HD video?
No.
No. Fair enough.
That should be close.
Yeah, because it was. It's just too gruesome, really, isn't it?
Yeah, because we all know.
Yeah, that's where he took his last breath. Okay, young man, nice to speak to you. And are you going to tease next week's?
Yes.
What is it?
A version of Lordy Miss Claudie, where he does it in the original key for the first time since 1968.
Oh, no, that sounds very interesting. Very, very interesting.
So I will supply pictures if I can remember what show it's from.
Please do, and I'll look forward to that next week.
All right, thank you.
All righty, see ya.
Thank you for watching as well, Bad.
Oh, no problem.
All right, thank you.
Join us again next week for another Dylan's Elvis tale.
Yes, Dylan's Elvis tale is right. That's a very interesting one now. The Reuben suit, and let's say hi to Vincenzo.
Hi, Steve. Welcome back.
Thank you very, very much. I didn't bump into you. Where were you hiding?
I'm in Calabria.
Oh, right. How far away is that from Rome?
I think it's like 3 hours, I think. 3 or 5
Oh,
hours.
Right. Well, thank you for lining up some decent weather for me, because it was lovely over there. It really was, and we had a great time. So, what do you think about the opening at the upstairs at Graceland?
I think they should open it because you could already see it in This Is Elvis anyways if you want to see it.
Yeah, but what about the bathroom where he drew his last breath?
The bathroom, definitely no.
But you're quite happy. You're quite happy with the bedroom and Lisa's bedroom and his office and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you voted for. You voted for yes, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, but not the bathroom. Probably you voted for.
Yeah.
Okay, alrighty.
I definitely see you.
See ya. Bye. That was Vincenzo, and nice of him to welcome me back. Now we have, Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla.
Hey, Steve.
How are you? What have you done to the weather?
I know.
It's gone very cold, and it was lovely and warm when we were away. Apparently.
Yeah, there's a big change, but people like you and I, who are affected by, my asthma has gone mental because of this fine spell of weather and all that pollen that's hanging around.
Yeah, my nose and my eyes are itching and my throat is. Oh.
I've had another chest infection, so I have enough now.
Oh, goodness me! You want to take care.
The farmers could do with it.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So, what would you like to talk about?
Well, sure. You and I have spoken about this, I'd say, on at least 2 occasions.
You know it's coming a lot closer, don't you?
I do, but I don't think it should happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And, you know, for reasons that I just sometimes baffle me, why do we have to have everything? Why can we never be satisfied?
Yeah, people always want more.
Yeah, and you know, like, life's not like that. You don't always get what you want. And I think that, you know, in his lifetime, Elvis gave so much of himself. And we know that now more than ever because it's documented. There's, you know, Sally's book. It highlights the sacrifices he was making to continue to perform and put his fans first, the effects that was having on his health. We've seen what the damage it did to Lisa Marie, the constant scrutiny that she felt she was under. I think that we have no right to invade the one piece of privacy that Elvis kept in his lifetime, and he was very forthcoming and he gave of himself so much, but that was where his line was drawn and he kept it. I think Lisa Marie did the same. You know, even her memoir says that she felt close to him there, that Riley details how comforting and happy her mom was in that environment. I don't think we have the right to.
Yeah, I mean, she said that some of her happiest times were spent just when him and her were upstairs watching telly or talking or whatever, you know.
Yeah, and I think everything else has been given to us. I think that, you know, I think it's honouring Elvis and Lisa Marie by, you know, leaving. We have no right to the information, and we have so much more. Like, we're so lucky to have what we have now. I just personally, I think, to me, it's something I could do for him now.
Yeah,
I could continue to honour his wish.
I mean, they could replicate it, couldn't they? Did they do it with the Office at one point? Did they bring the Office downstairs and most of the stuff upstairs?
Was downstairs when I was in Graceland.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing too, though, Steve, that's just one more step closer to actually opening upstairs. So yes, there's logistical issues with having upstairs open, and the access and the traffic, and I mean, considering Graceland's the second most visited home in the United States. Still,
yeah. I mean, we know the stairs wouldn't take all those people. It would have to be a select few, you know. And it would be top dollar as well, wouldn't it?
Well, they'd have to alter the structure of Graceland as it is now, which is as it was when he lived there, because you couldn't go up and down them stairs. So there'd have to be another option extended or built on for that to happen. And look, again, there's multiple reasons. I think if they do the virtual tour, then that brings us one step closer to it. And I think that, you know, obviously with the passing of Lisa Marie and Riley being, you know, one more step removed from her grandfather, I still think she'll honour her mother's memory and honour her mother's wishes. I do believe she will. Do I realistically think it might never happen? No. But if I had a choice of it, would I say yes? No.
Yeah.
You know, again, I believe I'm honouring Elvis's wishes by allowing him that sanctuary.
I mean, I'm hoping it probably doesn't happen in my lifetime. However, what about the compromise? Shoot a HD video.
Again, you know, I say the same thing, that I think that's bringing us. For what reason? That's just bringing us one step closer to the actuality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's been mentioned. This is Elvis. You know, we've seen photo shoots from the top of that staircase. You know, I have no urge. Genuinely, I have no urge, and I believe that I'm, you know, a true Elvis fan. I've loved him, his music, his ethos, his philanthropy, my whole entire life. I don't see the reason that we should invade that in personal space.
I mean, we've seen the photos, so actually the only thing I really haven't seen a photograph of is what they call the bodyguards room, which was the far side of the bathroom. But we've seen the bedroom, we've seen the office, we've seen Lisa Marie's, we've seen the bathroom. So yeah, I mean we've seen everything we need to see anyway, haven't we?
Everything we need to see is across the road in the complex now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they could do a Presley for a day kind of a thing, and they do those late night group tours that you can go in at night and sit in the sitting room, and those tours already exist. But as far as I'm concerned, the rates or prices being charged for that are astronomical, considering the prices of the admittance.
I would imagine you'd be talking thousands if they do open up the stairs.
Which there's a very small proportion of the general population of Elvis fans that could afford that.
Yeah.
And what you don't want to do is price Graceland out of the general admission category. Look, again, that's just my opinion. I think that it's the one thing that I could do to honour his wishes, even though he's not here, and I fully compass mentis that he's not here. But I still think that, we're still fighting for pieces of him if that's the case.
Oh well, yeah. There always will be. What did you vote? What did you vote on the poll then? Just completely no then straight away, not even a compromise.
No.
Absolutely no.
Absolutely no.
I knew you'd say that.
Absolutely no. I'm a woman of conviction.
Yes. Well,
don't get me wrong. I loved my time in Graceland. I loved the opportunity of being there.
Yeah.
I loved the notion that I was touching things that he had touched. I loved all of that. When is it going to be enough? Yeah,
that's right. I know what you're saying. There's a line that has to be drawn, and the line is there, not going upstairs. Okay. I hope you feel better. I really do. We've got a short we've got a short week coming up anyway, because I only got 4 days to work next week anyway. Because
4 days this week and 4 days next week.
Yeah, that's right. I've got bank holiday or a holiday on Good Friday, and then a holiday on Monday as well. So 2 short weeks.
Yeah, so we have 2 4-day weeks, and we have to do 5 days work on them.
Exactly, that's the problem. All right, my love. Thank you very much.
And Steve,
all the best. Yeah, thank you. I missed you. Bye. Okay, that was my dear Priscilla. Thanks, Priscilla, for calling in. And we're going to go to Mark. Mark Green. How are you, Mark?
Hello, Steve. How are you?
Yes, thanks very much. It's good to be back, though. Now, I know that you've got a very, very strong opinion on this, haven't you?
Yeah, very strong opinion. I kind of agree with Priscilla. I've been to Graceland 3 times. I've been at the bottom of them stairs 3 times, and not once did I have the urge to think I wanted to go up them stairs and see what was upstairs. To me, that was Elvis's sanctuary, his daughter's sanctuary, the family, the place where he just had his time. And, a majority of people, when you think about it, will want to only go upstairs for one reason, because I want to go and sit about the bathroom and things like that. And
yes,
to me,
correct.
I just don't agree on that. I'm a diehard Elvis fan, as you know, and things like that. No, I just think it's been closed for a reason for all these years. It should stay closed for the reason for all these years. I know, sadly, we lost Lisa, and, I honestly think as well, the likes of Jack Soden and people like that, surely he's been there from the start, who opened Graceland. Wouldn't he have a little, an idea or an inkling to say to these people who are in charge now, no, don't do that. He's been there a long time, and a few other guys as well. But to me, no, I just think, but I hope I don't see it in my lifetime. I hope to go back again in a few years' time to go there again, and I just hope it doesn't happen. To say it won't happen, I don't know, because it's a money-making machine, isn't it?
So let me put it this way then. I didn't put this to anybody else, but if suddenly they opened it up and you were given the opportunity to book a ticket to go upstairs, what would you do?
I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go. You wouldn't buy the ticket.
No, I wouldn't go ticket. No,
you see, the big question is what is to be achieved by being able to go up there, apart from almost like a morbid curiosity, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not, isn't it? And then you are going to get the ones who will go up there, and then they'll just mock it. Oh, I've been in the bathroom when Elvis died.
Yeah.
You know, all the jokes that you get.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's sick. Why let people say things like that? You know, you don't need that in the Elvis world. So to me, it's his sanctuary. We've got the pictures. We've got some great pictures of upstairs. We've got, like you say, we see a fair bit of footage from the movie This Is Elvis, you know, at the start. You see, the upstairs bit of that as well. And I just think, that's his place. And to me, I think, no. But to say it won't be open, I wouldn't. I'd like to think it wouldn't, but I don't know, you know, in time to come, you know, in a while. I just think it's a bit sad if they do, really.
Well, I'd like to think that in some small way, Graceland are listening to us as fans about what we think, and will say, well, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna sit right with the fans, so we're not going to do it.
No, yeah, of course, yeah, and of course, like you said, you know, if they did, they'd have to have some kind of big structure, because you wouldn't be able to get everybody up and down them stairs for once, as you know. It
would probably be limited to a small group per day. And for anybody that actually hasn't seen the video that I did, I actually sort of said how I think they'll do it, and where the groups will exit. They'll exit through Lisa Marie's room, across the deck, and down through, and then back into the jungle room. That's you won't be coming back down the main staircase. No,
of course. So you look at it and you're thinking, do they really need to do this? They're making billions each year still.
Oh yeah, they're making
You know, and with all the likes of the Elvis Evolution, which we haven't talked about because it got cancelled, didn't it?
Yeah, pushed back to the 19th of July again. Yeah.
Yeah. I did tell you about the company who's running this. So we're bankrupt to start off with. So you never know, do you? You know, but it probably will happen, like. But there's probably a few other things between the lines. But yeah, you know, they've got that. They've got other things going on. Do they really need to do this? I just think, you know, for obviously memory and sake of all the diehard fans like yourself, me, and everybody on the channel, who probably, you know, would agree. We know, you know, that's his space. You know, I don't particularly want to see Elvis's bed. I don't particularly want to see the bathroom where he passed away. Yeah. You know, I don't want to see things. I want to go into Graceland and see the pool room where he shot pool. I want to see the jungle room where he sang.
Yeah. In other words, where he was alive.
Yeah. Alive, and the memories are there. There's enough memories around that house. You don't need the memories upstairs, do you? Really?
That's right.
You know. So yeah, to me, it's a no.
So let's hope that Graceland listen to the fans anyway, because overwhelmingly, it's a no, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But as me and you say, we hope we don't see it in our lifetime. But I don't know, because again, to Elvis Enterprises in a way, they've always been a money maker, and when I think it'll be like when the likes of all of us, we pass on, and that they've got to build up the fan base again, and what it might happen, because it'll be a new attraction to them. Yeah. Well, let's hope it don't. You know, let's hope it don't. You know, obviously he's a legacy that it don't happen.
Well, if fans keep visiting Graceland as it is now, you know, and the complex and just the downstairs, and as long as the ticket sales are still up, then there'll be no need to open up upstairs. No. So that's what we need to do.
Yeah. And to be honest, you know, when I've been to Graceland on the times I've gone, and you know, you walk through the house, you get to meet people, you talk to people, and the majority of people that I talked to there didn't have no inkling of going upstairs. You know, I've talked about, oh no, I wouldn't like to go up there. Yeah. No. You know, and that's talking from complete strangers that I didn't even know. So, you know, hopefully you'll still get them on board, and it won't happen. So, you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed that it won't. Okay, and also keep our fingers crossed that Elvis Evolution didn't push back again, because I'm booked for August. So I haven't booked. I'm glad I didn't book. I'm waiting for it to pan out and see how it goes, and what the fans' reactions are, because I'm sure, you know, it's going to be on now, gone past the new year into Christmas time, beyond. Yeah, hopefully. Alrighty, okay. Right, so great show, mate. Cheers, Mark. Bye. Yeah. That was Mark. Great call as always. And we now move on to Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
Tanya always takes a few seconds to come through. Hi, Tanya. How are you doing?
Hello.
Haha. It's the satellite delay, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, some error.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, great. Good to be back. I missed the show last week. I really did miss doing it. So, what would you like to talk about?
How is Rome?
Oh, lovely. Yes, lovely. Yeah. I would recommend anybody that hasn't been to go. And the Vatican City and the Sistine Chapel. Oh, wow, is just brilliant. The roof of the Sistine Chapel, unbelievable.
Did you go to Pompeii?
No, we ran out of time, unfortunately. Maybe next time.
Because Graceland has a Pompeii thing going on.
Oh, right. Okay. No, we didn't make it, unfortunately, but maybe next time.
Yeah, because it's very nice there, because you go to this, where the volcano is, and you can see kind of cast of people and dogs and etc.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what would you like to talk about? Would you want to talk about the upstairs at Graceland?
It's very sensitive subject, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very touchy subject, is right.
I'll probably be on the fence, really.
Well, maybe. Well, if you're on the fence, you'll probably be saying then a compromise shoot a HD video.
Well, they've got like a blueprint of layout, haven't they? Of where the bed is and where Lisa's room is and bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's all I need, really.
Yeah, I mean there's online. You can go online and you can see the original blueprints, and then there's also drawings that people have done when Elvis lived there of where everything is as well. Yeah, so yeah. And as somebody earlier said, if you want to see what the upstairs is like, then just watch the opening credits in This Is Elvis, because all that was filmed upstairs as well, wasn't it? It was shot before they closed it off. Anyway, it was closed off about a year later, wasn't it?
It would be a lot different today than it was in the 70s, wouldn't it?
Well, according to Angie Marchese, everything is exactly the same as the way Elvis left it, even to the record that he was listening to on the turntable, a J.D. Sumner and the Stamps album it was. And then other people have said that it's been cleared out, but I can't believe that either, because Lisa used to stay up there anyway. She used to stay in her bedroom, didn't she, when she stayed?
I think it might be redecorated and maybe it's the same as Gladys's bedroom.
Yeah, no, I don't really see the value in decorating it, because with nobody going up there apart from one or two people just to get stuff now and again and bring it down for display, I don't think it would have been decorated anyway. Maybe, who knows? So what did you vote on the poll?
I said no.
You said no, did you? Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence.
But if you were given the opportunity, if they suddenly opened it up and said, "Here you are, here's a ticket," would you take that ticket?
Yeah.
It's tempting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tricky.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Anything else you need to say?
I have another story to tell you.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fire away.
Which I'll send you a picture of next week, because I forgot, because you was in Rome.
Okay. All right. Well, we can do that next week. Yeah, we can do a Tanya tale after a Dylan's Elvis tale.
Well, it involves an Elvis Presley autograph.
Oh, very interesting. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I look forward to that. Okay.
Okay.
Cheers, Tanya.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Right. So there you go, Dylan. You've got competition. We've got a Tanya Elvis tale as well now to go with a Dylan's Elvis tale. Okay. So thanks for all the callers. You can still vote on that poll. Open the upstairs at Graceland. Yes, no, yes, but not the bathroom. Okay, that's his bit of a compromise there. And a bigger compromise is shoot a HD video. And I'm going to leave that open for another few minutes in case you want to vote on that. Right, we do this next.
It's time now for This Day in Elvis History.
Yes, I love this day in Elvis history. I love going through and looking to see what I can include each week. And if this is a sort of like a red letter day for you, if it's your birthday or, anniversary, anything like that, if April the 13th means anything to you, then this is what Elvis was doing down through the years. And in 1955, well, actually, first of all, 1952, Elvis worked as an usher at Lowe State Theatre. And then in 1955, Elvis performed Tweedledee, That's All Right, I Don't Care If the Sun Don't Shine, and Blue Moon of Kentucky at the high school, Breckenridge, Texas. And as you can see, there it is, in person, Elvis Presley, Scotty and Bill, the Blue Moon Boys, and Wednesday, April 13th at 8 p.m. The tickets on sale at the Harmony House. And look, check out the price of the tickets. Adults, $1. Children, 50 cents. Now, I know, obviously, rate of inflation and everything like that from 1955 to 2025. But even so, imagine being able to see Elvis for $1 and children for 50 cents. Yeah, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So that was on this day in 1955. In 1956, Elvis performed at the Municipal Auditorium, Amarillo, Texas at 7 and 9 p.m. Lucky lady getting to meet Elvis. There he is singing her a song. There he is on stage. What a great shot that is. Great action shot from behind. You don't see many photographs taken of Elvis from behind. Al Wertheimer in Rustwood Park took a few from behind as well, but most of them are from the front. Now, that's 1956. 1957, All Shook Up reaches number 1 on the US pop singles chart and remains there for 8 weeks. Yep, 8 weeks. Quite a successful hit, that one. 1962, Girls, Girls, Girls. Yeah, not too sure about Stella Stevens there, I must admit. We all know how, apparently, how she felt about Elvis. Whether it's 100% true or whether it was just a little bit misunderstood, I don't know. But, okay. So that was Girls, Girls, Girls production. Then we had Roustabout production on this day in 1964. We have one of my favorites, Spin Out, 1966. We have Clam Bake. Elvis was working on Clam Bake this day in 1967. Live a Little, Love a Little with the gorgeous Michelle Carey. And finally, Change of Habit would have been 1969. Then we have 1971. Elvis bought some martial arts supplies, such as 2 black karate gis, sweatbands, headbands, a rubber knife. That's obviously for pretending that it's a knife and how to do self-defense, and skin toughener. That sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? A skin toughener. Yeah. 1972, we have Elvis performed at the Coliseum, Charlotte, North Carolina, and the MGM cameras would have been there, obviously, with it being April 1972, for obviously Elvis on tour. And 1977, Elvis flew to Las Vegas with Billy and Joe Smith. Later they went on to Palm Springs. Elvis experienced trouble breathing and Dr. Garnham flew in from Las Vegas to attend to Elvis. So there we have it. That was on this day in Elvis history. Now, this.
Hidden Elvis, clue number 3.
Hidden Elvis, clue number 3, is 4 live tracks. Now, 4 live tracks. How do I get that up? I've done something to my screen and I shouldn't have done. There it is. Okay. Right. So that's clue number 3. Don't tell me yet. Hold off until I ask you what you think the answer to the hidden Elvis is near the end of the show. I see we're still actually voting away on Open Upstairs at Graceland. Yes, no, yes, but not the bathroom, and compromise, shoot a HD video. So I'm going to leave that alone for a few more minutes. And we are going to, let's see, I wish Elvis had recorded. And this is suggested by Susan, also known as Elvis Memories, via our Discord channel. And she sent in this one. And it's Donnie McClurkin Jr. is an American gospel singer and minister. He has won 3 Grammy Awards, 10 Stellar Awards, and 2 BET Awards, and 2 Soul Train Awards. He is one of the top-selling gospel artists in the world, and was selling over 13 million albums worldwide. Variety dubbed McClurkin as the reigning king of urban gospel. He is best known for his hit songs Stand and We Fall Down, which is quite strange, really, when you think about it. Stand and We Fall Down, but there you are, which were played in heavy rotation on both gospel and urban radio. His 3 solo albums have topped the Billboard charts, and it's the song Stand that Susan has picked as this week's I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. And Susan says, Stand is a gospel song that would have been perfect for Elvis had it come out back then. It's so beautiful, and I feel that Elvis would have felt a connection and resonated with the lyrics. Well, let's see. The lyrics say, tell me what do you give when you're given your all, and it seems like you can't make it through. Well, you stand. When there's nothing left to do, you just stand. Watch the Lord see you through. Yes, after you've done all you can, you just stand. And it kind of reminds me of sort of Stand By Me, that great album that Elvis recorded in '66, one of my favourites, Stand By Me. I often say when I'm listening to it, the hairs on the back of my head always stand up, Stand By Me. I'll leave a link below if you're watching on playback, and you can click on it and you can listen to Donnie McClurkin and Stand, which is what and thanks Susan for sending that in. You can send in I wish Elvis had recorded suggestions and so forth, and underrated songs, which we're going to come to in a few minutes. The poll is still going. People are still voting on it, so I will leave that alone. But what I will do is
It's time now for Caption the Photo.
Bit of a funny one, this. Not too sure what Elvis was doing here, but anyway, somebody took a photo of him doing it, and I'm grateful that they did, because I used it as a caption this photo. I put it on the post tab on this channel, and I normally do it on a Monday or a Tuesday. Well, I scheduled it to post on a Tuesday for you whilst I was away, and that was it. And these were ones that got a lot of likes, but maybe didn't get enough likes just to win. But I'm going to read them out to you, and it's, I got a feeling in my body this will be my lucky day. I've got to get this Easter bunny hop down by next Sunday. I like it. Rock and roll music, if you like it, and if you feel it, you can't help but move to it. That's what happens to me. I just can't help it. Hey, honey, look, you just trod on my blue suede shoes. You dirty rat. That's a quote from Ginny Cagney. That's a close second one, that. But the winner, as voted for by you, because you gave this the most thumbs up, is congratulations to Dylan Bowen, who was on earlier with his tale. I lipped, I stumbled, I fell. I like that one. I lipped, I stumbled, I fell, not I slipped. Very clever, that. And that's the winner this week. I'll do another one next week, this coming Tuesday. I'll load it up on the posts tab, if you want to go to the post tab on this channel and leave your caption. We'll always have a lot of fun with those. Right. Before I go on to the underrated, I think I will close the poll. And no surprise here. Okay. So, there it is. No, 66%. Yes, only 14%. A compromise, 11%. And yes, but not the bathroom, 7%. So overwhelmingly no. And if anybody at all from EPE is watching this at the moment, you can see what our feelings are on this particular subject. If they feel anything about us fans whatsoever, then they'll know to do the right thing and never open up his quarters upstairs. I suppose the compromise would be to do a HD video, but that was only 11%. So I'm glad that overwhelmingly 66% voted for no, because that's what I would have voted for as well, 66%. Now, something I always look forward to is an underrated Elvis song. And Scott Carpenter, again, via our Discord channel. I hope you're watching, Scott, either live or if you're watching on playback. It was one that you've chosen. And it is I Beg of You, a song written by Rosemarie McCoy and Kelly Owens. It was recorded by Elvis twice. The first occasion was January 13th and the second was February 23rd, 1957 at Good Old Radio Recorders in Hollywood. And released on January the 7th, 1958. That's the day before Elvis's 23rd birthday. And it reached number 8 on the Billboard Top 100 chart on February 1st, 1958. It was the B-side, as you can see, to Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's hit Don't, another great song. And let's have a look. Here we go. The 13th of January 1957, between 12 and 3, and then a break, and then 4 to 7, was the recording session. And it was a Sunday. And take 1 is complete. Then there was a whole load of false starts. Then take 5 was complete. Then 6 was a false start and complete. Then a whole load of long false starts and false starts again. Take 11 was complete. And take 12 was used for a master. Okay. Now, they continued, though, after take 12 on February the 23rd. And they continued from take 13 all the way through to take 34. So in total, over the 2 sessions, this one, February the 23rd, 1957, which was a Saturday, all the way through to 34 takes. And the January sessions are, of course, famous for the binaural recordings. It's a method of recording sound that uses 2 microphones arranged with the intent to create a 3D stereo sound sensation for the listener of actually being in the room with the performers or instruments. Yeah, if you've ever listened to those binaural recordings, they are quite something, and they're available on the Elvis 57 stereo CD that came out a while back now, maybe even in the 90s. So that was Scott's choice as an underrated song, I Beg of You, and I agree with you, Scott. And Scott, thanks for suggesting that. You too can suggest your underrated songs, and I wish Elvis had recorded songs. You can send them to me on email. You can send them to me on social media. You can put them on the Discord channel as well. That's the way to do it. And just speaking of our Discord channel, there it is. We have a great time. We have the Elvis picture of the day, and members vote. They give it a heart, and then the one with the most hearts wins. It's all just for fun. There's no prizes or anything like that, but we get to see an awful lot of great Elvis pictures. There's an Elvis chat. You can chat to other Elvis fans. There's a thread for that. There's What else is there? There's an off topic. If you want to talk about something which isn't related to Elvis, you're quite welcome to do that as well. I wish Elvis had recorded thread on underrated Elvis songs. It's just great fun, and it's a real fun way to chat and meet other Elvis fans. And as I say, there is a link below for Discord if you're watching this now or on playback. Click on it and you'll get an invite and you're in. So that's and also another thing as well, you can send me in your ideas, and also I would just like to say, if you haven't subbed yet and you're a new viewer, please do subscribe and click the bell. It does help with getting these videos out, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep Elvis's memory and legacy alive. Now, what have we got to do? Hidden Elvis.
Hidden Elvis. Fourth and final clue.
Fourth and final clue. And then I'm going to watch very, very closely the live chat to see if anybody can tell me what the hidden Elvis is. And clue number 4 is October 31st, 1976. Now, off you go. Tell me what you think that is. The hidden Elvis. Vincenzo says Moody Blue. Yes, that's right. Mrs. EAP says Moody Blue. Rebel Vegan. John, well done, John. Well done, Rebel. Yeah, just to take you through it, July 19th, 1977, which was clue number 1, was the day it was released. 3135 is, Cleese. Is that how you say it? Cleas. I'm not sure how to actually pronounce that. Cleas, I think it is. Welcome. You got Moody Blue as well. 3135 is the actual original running length of the original LP. There were 4 live tracks on it, which was clue number 3. And obviously, the last clue I've just given you, October 31st, 1976, was the very, very last day they worked on it. That was the last piece of work that Elvis did on Moody Blue. And it was to record the vocal track, vocal overdub of He'll Have to Go at Graceland. Yeah. So there you are. Don't forget, next week I'm going to be giving you the Fan of the Month winner for March. So if you took part in March's quiz, like a lot of you do, it could be your name I'm calling out. February, Tracy won, and she got a Blu-ray of Elvis on Tour. She requested an Elvis on Tour Blu-ray, and I hope, Tracy, that you are enjoying watching Elvis in HD. Now, we've got to do this, which is...
Oh, he's so hot.
By the way, if you want to send me in a voice clip of you saying something like that, or round about Elvis is hot, or who I've swooned, or he's hot, anything like that.
Oh, he's so hot.
You can send that in to me and I will use it as the jingle. But anyway, here we are. Smoking hot. Are you ready? From Live a Little, Love a Little. Okay, and it looks like he's... Oh, Tracy says, thanks, Steve, loving it. You're very welcome, Tracy. Very, very welcome. A startled Elvis from the movie, and he looks, yes, absolutely, doesn't he? Well, I'll use what Edwidge has just called him, gorgeous. He really does. He really does. What else? Looks like Elvis is bug-eyed. It looks like he's just woken up, actually. Doreen says sexy as heck. That's so hot is for you, Steve. Thanks very much. He's always yummy looking, says Teresa. Elvis PJs, what's not to love? Yes, he is. He's in PJs. Yeah, he is. You're right. Vincenzo says he has Elvis on Blu-ray. Elvis on tour on Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm sure it's... Kathy says never a bad picture. He is stunning. Yeah. So that's this week's... now, let me get that back. Yeah, that's this week's Smoking Hot.
All right, let's wrap it up and get out of here.
Thank you very, very much to everybody that's took part in the quiz. Join me tonight. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks also to Dave and Chris for moderating. And I'd just like to remind you by showing you this screen that I'll see you next week. Until then, Al, take it away.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.